A profound sadness currently pervades the entire United Kingdom following the confirmation of a tragic loss that plunges Prince William into deep sorrow during these difficult times. Let us analyze this immediately with a connection to our press room to obtain details about what happened. Orlando, I greet you and share with you this special report right away. It concerns a rock legend who bids farewell at the age of 65. The rock universe has lost one of its emblematic figures, John Sykes, the English guitarist whose talent revolutionized the music scene in the 80s. He passed away at the age of 65 after a brave battle against cancer. Known for his unforgettable stints with bands like Thin Lizzy, Whitesnake, and Tigers of Pantang, his death leaves a vast void in the hearts of music fans and those who had the privilege of sharing the stage with him. The news was announced on Tuesday, January 21st, through an official statement on his website, where it was reported with great sorrow that John Sykes had passed away after a tough battle against cancer. The message describes him as a man of exceptional talent, charisma, and kindness. The statement also highlighted Sykes' love and gratitude always shown towards his followers, who supported him unconditionally throughout his career. John began his musical journey in 1980 with the heavy metal band Tigers of Pantang, with whom he recorded 2 albums that quickly caught the attention of the rock scene at the time. His talent led him to join Thin Lizzy in 1982, where he left his mark on the album Thunder and Lightning, considered one of the band's best works. However, his most recognized legacy came in 1984 when he joined Whitesnake and participated in the album Slide It In, which was a resounding success and solidified him as one of the most outstanding guitarists. In 2021, after more than 20 years without releasing music, he surprised the world with the theme Enough for One Day, a farewell song that, unbeknownst to him, would mark the end of his brilliant career. Besides being a virtuoso guitarist, those who knew him describe him as someone whose personality was as radiant as his music. He always supported the weak and marched to the beat of his own drum. The statement made it clear that John was not only a great musician but also an exceptional human being. The death of Sykes comes as a harsh blow to a community that still remembers the great moments of classic rock. His legacy, however, is far from fading away. Every riff, every chord, and every composition of his will remain immortalized in the hearts of those who loved his art. John Sykes was not just a guitarist, he was a symbol of what it means to live with passion and dedication to music. His influence transcends genres and generations, and his absence will be deeply felt, but his spirit will live on in every corner where his music continues to resonate. Rock loses an icon, but the world gains an eternal legacy. On their part, Prince William and King Charles III, plunged into sadness by the loss of this rock legend, have also made the news. The prince is going through a moment of profound sadness following the passing of the famous guitarist. The news has particularly impacted him, as both he and his family admired the musician. It is not only the heir to the throne who is affected, but also King Charles III, who has shown deep concern, for the death of Sykes has left a profound mark on the musical community. The death of John has left an unexpected mark on the British royal family, triggering tremendous depression in the monarch, who always considered him a great inspiration. It is striking to see figures like Prince William, seemingly distant from the world of rock, visibly affected by the loss of this musical icon. Undoubtedly, this is a testament to the impact that Sykes had on the world of music. A reminder that, regardless of titles and responsibilities, we all share the same emotions. Prince William's sadness reflects a more personal and vulnerable side, departing from the public figure we all know. On the other hand, King Charles III seems to be experiencing this grief even more deeply. He was not just an admirer of the guitarist. The death of SYK has triggered what appears to be a profound depression. King Charles III's emotional connection to this musician is based not only on admiration but also on the impact of SYK's music and what it may have generated in his life. This situation reveals a monarch who, despite his position, remains vulnerable to personal losses. What is most interesting here is how an event seemingly distant from the real world, the death of a musician, can so deeply affect figures who are so representative and distant from that musical scene. This situation highlights that, at heart, we are all connected by music, art, and the emotions that ultimately make us all human. The health of Queen Sophia, at 86 years old, has always been a symbol of independence and strength. However, her previously unbreakable image is beginning to show signs of fragility, which has sparked concern from the monarch and all of Spain. King Felipe VI, unfortunately, has confirmed in tears that his mother's health is not at its best, a very difficult and complex situation. This information was revealed after the Queen suffered a slight fainting spell during a royal event, an incident that has paralyzed the Spanish royal house. This episode has unleashed a wave of speculation about her health. Although Queen Sophia has maintained a fairly active schedule and a relevant role in public life, this scene has reignited the debate about her mobility and well-being, the physical wear and tear that she may be facing. Although she has previously shown great vitality in her institutional commitments and public appearances, this moment has been interpreted by some as a sign of fragility. There has been no official statement from the royal household regarding the condition of the Queen Emerita, which has raised even more questions. Sources close to her assure that Queen Sophia remains committed to her institutional duties and that this episode should not be interpreted as an indication of a serious problem, but rather as a natural concern given her age. Over the years, the mother of King Felipe VI has been a fundamental pillar within the Spanish monarchy. Her presence at public events has always been received with respect and admiration, and her constant activity has made it clear that she continues to perform her role with dedication. Nevertheless, these images have sparked a debate about whether she should reduce her schedule and delegate more functions to other members of the royal family. The topic has been widely discussed on social media, where some users express concern for her health and others highlight her strength and commitment. Queen Sophia has demonstrated on multiple occasions her resilience and ability to adapt to changes within the institution. However, this scene raises an inevitable question: are we seeing the first signs of a gradual withdrawal from public life? For now, only time will tell. Whether this episode is an isolated incident or an indication that Queen Sophia needs a much slower pace, what is certain is that her figure continues to generate great interest and affection, and that any gesture of hers will be scrutinized by those who closely follow the news of the royal household. Other topics related to Queen Sophia continue to emerge. King Felipe VI admits that the Queen's health is still an unknown. Concerns about Queen Sophia are growing. King Felipe will confirm that there are still some aspects of his mother's health that remain unresolved. Adding to this are the recent mobility difficulties that have caused considerable concern. The health of Queen Sophia has become a matter of great concern not only for the royal house but also for the Spanish people. An unyielding figure, always active and very independent, has been a constant in her public life. Seeing her face mobility challenges has undoubtedly made this Balearic stand out. For decades, she has been a pillar. King Felipe's revelation about his mother's unresolved health issues only fuels rumors that we might be entering a more delicate phase for the Queen. The King's desperation, who has always maintained an institutional profile, reflects the emotional weight of seeing such a beloved figure of royalty, perhaps now a bit more vulnerable. This not only affects the royal family but also resonates deeply with the entire nation, which has grown up seeing her as an example of tenacity. This turn in her health not only highlights the passage of time but also prompts a reflection on the inevitability of aging and the challenges that great symbols of power face when forced to confront their reality in this way.